Okay, so hello again. This is not a video that I wanted to have to film, but unfortunately, because of my advocacy with regards to insulin and diabetes things, I'm filming this because this is something that I recently found out is going to affect me directly. It's not about insulin itself, it's about something else related to insulin. For those not familiar with the U.S. healthcare system, it's all private, insured, profit-driven. It's a huge mess. I'm not going to get into a political debate about it, but if you know me, you know my thoughts on it. You know that I don't like having to deal with private insurers. I think they're a pain in the butt. And it takes a long time to get approval for treatment for illnesses. And when you have a chronic illness, especially one that requires that you do the work of one of your internal organs, which is kind of a full-time job, having to jump through all of the hoops and go through all the rigmarole to get approval for treatments is just another big major pain that's an added stressor. So recently, I'm not going to name my employer for reasons that relate to my employment contract, but I will name the health insurance companies, and you will find out why when I tell you what they are. So currently, my employer uses Blue Cross Blue Shield, which is one of our major health insurance companies in the U.S. And Blue Cross Blue Shield has its issues, but they allow for selection of continuous glucose monitors and insulin pumps that you, as the person being insured, want to use. Now, yes, it took a long time for me to get the approval. It took about a month for all of the hoops to be jumped through, for my doctor to file all the necessary paperwork, for me to make all the necessary phone calls. But I did get approval for the Dexcom, which is very reliable, and for the Tandem pump, which is a pump that works really well for me because it's small. I don't like having to scroll. I do better if I can enter things directly. So for me, the Tandem is a great pump. And they're in the process of getting approval for Control IQ, which is a closed loop system. And it's actually going to be a more effective closed loop system than the one that Medtronic has. Well, this year I found out that my employer is switching over to United Healthcare. And if you know anything about United Healthcare, they recently got involved in a relationship with Medtronic where they said, we want all of our insureds who have diabetes, who are on an insulin pump, to only use Medtronic. And if you want to use another pump, you have to jump through hoops. Well, this is a problem. It unfortunately did not get a lot of press because, first of all, the number of people with diabetes who are type 1s on insulin pumps relative to the general population is not very high. So, enough of a stink was not able to be raised to make that much of a difference, and they went ahead and plowed on through it with it. The problem has been, however, that first of all, there are some people who just don't want to be on Medtronic for various reasons. You have kids or active adults who prefer Omnipod. They like the idea of the remote pump. They like the idea of a tubeless system. It's more freeing for them. They feel more comfortable without having something with tubes on it. Then you have people like me, people who like our Tandem pump, who like the reliability of the Tandem pump. Yes, Tandem pumps have their issues. Yes, Dexcom has its issues, but I've interacted with people who were on Medtronic and switched to Tandem, both, the Medtronic pump and the Medtronic CGM, who switched over to Tandem and Dexcom, and they say that even compared to the 670G, which is a closed loop system, which is why I presumably wanted people to go to Medtronic, hands down, Tandem and Dexcom are better. And Tandem is in the process of getting a closed loop system, which is going to be even more accurate than the one that Medtronic uses, which is even more exciting. Now, my diabetes team and I made the decision that Tandem would work best for me, that Dexcom would work best for me. And when an insurance company steps forward and says, no, you're not allowed to do what you and your doctor have determined is best for your life, you need to do what's best for our bottom line, that's a problem. That is unconscionable. That is one of the reasons why the whole insulin pump choice thing is so important, because this is something that, if you and your medical team determine that course A is right for you and someone's saying, no, you have to do course B, even though it's not going to work as well for you, this is something that our life depends on. This is a medical device that is taking the place of an internal organ. So, yeah, that is a problem. That is an issue. And so I'm a little bit fed up right now. I have heard that my doctor can submit some paperwork to United Healthcare to get it approved. I'm hoping that goes through. First of all, my pump and my CGM are still under warranty for 2 years. So that's another reason that I'm kind of pissed off about this, because I still have 2 years left on my warranty. I'm still paying off the credit card from getting the original pump and the original CGM. And to turn around and tell me, no, you had to spend another couple $1,000s on a pump, just because we're getting a kickback from that pump company. That is just infuriating. So I'm really upset with United Healthcare right now. I'm really in a bad mood about this. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to make a video about this and let you know why it is that I'm kind of getting worked up and why I may be kind of a little bit too angry to make a lot of videos going forward until I get this resolved. So anyway, feel free to leave comments below about your feelings on the whole United Healthcare Medtronic system. I mean, I do know people who are on Medtronic, who love Medtronic, who think that it's a great system. I know people who have switched from Medtronic to Tandem and they think Tandem is much better. So feel free to let me know what pump you use, what you feel the benefits are. Who knows, in a few years, my medical team and I may sit down and decide, hey, you know what? Medtronic would be a better option for me. But for right now, it's not. And so, just let me know what your feelings are on this whole exclusive relationship thing that United Healthcare has going with Medtronic. And if you think that insulin pump choice is something that we should fight for. So that's all. Take care. Bye.